Have you ever shared something deeply personal, only to later wish you had kept it to yourself? As we age, we gain wisdom, but we also learn that some things are better left unsaid. In this video, I'll reveal 8 important things you should never share with your family after 65. These aren't about deception. They're about protecting your peace, dignity, and relationships. But here's why you need to watch this video until the end. Understanding these secrets could save you from unnecessary regrets and even strengthen the bonds with your loved ones. By the time we finish, you'll have practical insights that can help you navigate family dynamics with grace and confidence. So stay with me, because what you learn here could transform the way you communicate and connect with those who matter most. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you liked this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know so I can make a better video for you. Now, let's get started. 1. Personal regrets. Regret is one of the heaviest burdens a person can carry, and as we grow older, it's natural to look back on our lives with a mix of nostalgia and reflection. The choices we made, whether in our careers, relationships, or personal ambitions, shaped who we are today. However, while it may feel cathartic to express deep regrets to family members, doing so can sometimes have unintended consequences. Sharing personal disappointments may bring temporary relief, but it can also cast a shadow over those who love and respect you. For instance, if you confide in your children that you regret choosing a certain career path or that you wished you had pursued a lifelong dream, it may cause them to question their own choices. Rather than feeling inspired, they might worry that they too will one day experience similar regrets. If you express sadness over a past relationship, perhaps wishing you had married someone else or handled a situation differently, it could make your loved ones feel uneasy about their relationships, leading them to second-guess the stability of their personal lives. Even lamenting about opportunities you missed, such as traveling the world or starting a passion project, can leave family members feeling helpless, as they can't turn back the clock for you. Instead of strengthening connections, oversharing regrets can unintentionally create emotional distance. Your loved ones may feel burdened by the weight of your past disappointments, unsure of how to comfort you or ease your sadness. Some may even feel guilty, as if they played a role in preventing you from achieving the life you once imagined. This can lead to feelings of sorrow or anxiety rather than the closeness you may have intended. That said, reflection is not a bad thing. When shared in the right way, it can be a source of wisdom and encouragement. Rather than focusing on what you wish you had done differently, try framing your past experiences as lessons that can guide the younger generations. If you regret not traveling more, use your story to encourage others to explore the world while they have the chance. If you wish you had followed a different passion, inspire those around you to pursue what truly makes them happy. By shifting your perspective from regret to insight, you turn past disappointments into valuable lessons. Life is full of twists and turns, and no one makes every decision perfectly. What matters most is how you use your experiences to enrich the lives of those around you. Instead of leaving behind a legacy of sadness, share the wisdom you've gained and remind your loved ones that every moment offers the chance to make choices that bring fulfillment and joy. 2. Financial struggles or successes. Money plays a significant role in our lives, but we often underestimate how much it influences our relationships. While it may seem natural to confide in family and friends about financial struggles, doing so can unintentionally create feelings of guilt, obligation, or even resentment. Loved ones may feel pressured to offer financial help, even if they're not in a position to do so, leading to strain and discomfort in the relationship. This is especially true as we age. Our children, relatives, or close friends might already have financial concerns, and hearing about our difficulties could add unnecessary stress to their lives. In some cases, repeatedly sharing financial hardships may also create an impression of dependence, potentially shifting the dynamic of the relationship in an unhealthy way. On the flip side, openly discussing financial success can lead to unintended consequences as well. While we may want to share our achievements out of excitement or pride, doing so can sometimes create envy, unrealistic expectations, or entitlement among family and friends. People may begin to assume that you have unlimited resources and start making subtle or not so subtle requests for financial assistance. Others may change their behavior toward you, treating you differently based on what they believe you can provide. This can be particularly problematic in families where money-related conflicts have the potential to drive wedges between siblings, children, or extended relatives. Even close friendships can be affected if money becomes a point of comparison or an unspoken source of tension. Instead of discussing the specifics of your financial situation, whether hardships or successes, it's often more productive to focus on sharing financial wisdom. Teaching younger generations about the importance of saving, budgeting, and making smart financial decisions can be far more beneficial than revealing personal money matters. By passing down valuable financial lessons, you empower others to become independent and responsible with their own money rather than fostering dependency or unrealistic expectations. Maintaining privacy about finances doesn't mean being secretive. It means setting healthy boundaries that protect both you and your relationships. When money is not the central topic of discussion, relationships remain built on trust, respect, and genuine connection rather than financial assumptions or obligations. Ultimately, the best financial gift you can offer loved ones isn't money itself, but the knowledge and wisdom to manage their finances wisely. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 3. Negative opinions about family members. When we express strong negative opinions about a family member's choices or behavior, we risk creating deep divisions that can be very difficult to repair. Harsh words, once spoken, have a way of lingering and can damage trust and closeness over time. Family relationships are built on a foundation of shared experiences, unconditional support, and mutual respect. When criticism takes center stage, it undermines these core values and sows seeds of resentment. Consider how negative opinions might escalate. A critical comment may initially seem like a harmless observation, but it can quickly lead to misunderstandings and feelings of inadequacy or isolation. Every family member deserves to feel valued and understood. When they are met with judgment rather than compassion, the environment can quickly become one of conflict rather than support. Moreover, because words cannot be taken back, a single thoughtless remark might continue to influence perceptions and interactions long after it was uttered. Instead of resorting to criticism, it is often much more beneficial to foster an environment of understanding and empathy. This means taking the time to listen deeply and ask thoughtful questions about a family member's choices or behaviors. Try to understand the context behind their actions. Are there external pressures or hidden struggles influencing their decisions? Engaging with curiosity rather than judgment opens up opportunities for meaningful dialogue, which can lead to both personal growth and improved relationships. By prioritizing empathy, you also set a positive example for other family members, particularly younger ones. Demonstrating patience, openness and respect teaches everyone the value of constructive communication and conflict resolution. In the long run, this approach not only strengthens individual bonds, but also builds a resilient family network that can weather future challenges more gracefully. In summary, while it might be tempting to voice negative opinions in the heat of the moment, doing so can have lasting negative effects. A more constructive approach is to focus on understanding, asking questions, and communicating in a way that nurtures the well-being and unity of the family. 4. Health concerns, overly detailed. It's natural to want to keep your loved ones informed about your health, especially as you get older. After all, they care about you and want to know if you're facing any serious medical issues. However, if health concerns become the primary focus of your conversations, it can gradually change how they see you. Instead of viewing you as independent, capable, and engaged, they may start seeing you as fragile, struggling, or overly dependent. This shift in perception can subtly alter the dynamic of your relationships, sometimes in ways you may not intend. When health discussions dominate every interaction, it can make conversations feel heavy, repetitive, or even discouraging for both you and your loved ones. They may start feeling helpless, unsure of how to respond, or even hesitant to reach out as often, worried that every conversation will center around complaints, doctor visits, or physical limitations. Over time, this can create distance, not out of a lack of care, but because constant reminders of aging and health struggles can be emotionally draining for those around you. This doesn't mean you should avoid talking about your health altogether, especially if you're facing something serious that your family should be aware of. But finding the right balance is key. Instead of letting medical issues dominate your conversations, try to incorporate discussions about your interests, hobbies, and positive experiences. Talk about a great book you just finished, a new recipe you tried, a fun memory from the past, or even a plan you're excited about. These kinds of topics keep your relationships dynamic and engaging rather than centered on decline or hardship. If you do need to discuss health concerns, consider framing them in a way that fosters encouragement rather than sympathy. Instead of focusing solely on discomfort or limitations, share what you're doing to stay active and healthy, whether it's a new walking routine, a dietary change, or a wellness practice that's making a difference. This not only reassures your loved ones that you're taking care of yourself, but also keeps the conversation more uplifting and engaging. Maintaining a balanced approach to health discussions allows you to stay connected with family and friends in a way that strengthens relationships rather than making them feel burdensome. By ensuring that your conversations reflect the full range of who you are, your wisdom, humor, experiences, and passions, you remind your loved ones that you are much more than just the health challenges you face. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 5. Fears and anxieties about the future. As we grow older, it's only natural to have concerns about the future. Worries about health, financial stability, personal independence, or even the state of the world can weigh heavily on the mind. Many seniors find themselves thinking about what will happen if their health declines, if they outlive their savings, or if they become a burden to their loved ones. Concerns about loneliness, losing friends, or feeling disconnected from younger generations can also contribute to anxiety. Additionally, the constant stream of negative news, whether it's about politics, the economy, or global conflicts, can make the future seem even more uncertain and worrisome. These concerns are understandable and completely valid. Life does change with age, and some challenges are inevitable. However, When conversations become dominated by fear, uncertainty, and negativity, they can create an emotional burden, not just for you, but also for those around you. If most discussions revolve around worst-case scenarios or things that are out of your control, it can make interactions feel heavy, draining, and even discouraging. Family members, friends, and caregivers who care about you may feel helpless or overwhelmed if they are constantly hearing about everything that worries you, without also seeing moments of joy, appreciation, or hope. While it's important to acknowledge challenges and prepare for the future, it's equally important to maintain a sense of balance. Focusing solely on fears can amplify anxiety, making it harder to enjoy the present moment. When the mind is constantly occupied with what-ifs and worst-case scenarios, it becomes difficult to appreciate the good things happening in the here and now. Instead, try shifting your perspective to one that embraces gratitude, hope, and positive experiences. One way to do this is by making a conscious effort to focus on what you can control rather than what you can't. While some things in life are unpredictable, there are still many aspects of your well-being that you can influence. You can take care of your body by eating well and staying active, nurture relationships by reaching out to loved ones, and maintain your independence by continuing to engage in activities that bring you fulfillment. Another powerful tool for managing fears and anxieties is practicing gratitude. Take time each day to reflect on the positive aspects of your life. Cherished memories, strong relationships, personal accomplishments, and even small everyday joys, like a beautiful sunrise or a good conversation. Expressing appreciation for the people around you can strengthen your connections and help create an atmosphere of warmth and mutual support. It's also helpful to engage in meaningful activities that bring happiness and purpose. Spend time with friends and family, take up hobbies that you love, or explore new interests that keep your mind engaged and active. Volunteering, joining clubs, or simply enjoying nature can bring a sense of fulfillment and help shift focus away from fear-based thinking. Of course, occasional concerns and discussions about the future are completely normal. No one should feel like they have to suppress their worries or pretend that everything is fine all the time. However, allowing fear to dominate your conversations and daily thoughts can create unnecessary stress and may even push people away. If you find yourself constantly overwhelmed by anxiety, it may help to talk to someone, whether it's a trusted friend, a family member, or even a counselor who can provide guidance and reassurance. Ultimately, adopting an attitude of resilience and optimism can make a significant difference in your overall well-being. Surround yourself with positivity, practice mindfulness, and remind yourself that even in uncertain times, there is still joy to be found. By focusing on living each day with appreciation and purpose, you not only enhance your quality of life, but also create warm, enjoyable, and fulfilling interactions with those who care about you. 6. Past mistakes or secrets. As we grow older, it's only natural to look back on our lives and reflect on the paths we've taken, the decisions we've made, and the things we wish we had done differently. In doing so, we may uncover past mistakes, regrets, or long-held secrets that we feel the urge to share, either as a way to find closure, unburden ourselves, or be more transparent with the people we care about. However, it's crucial to recognize that while honesty is important, there are situations where revealing these past truths may not always have the outcome we expect. In fact, in some cases, doing so could cause more harm than good. Before opening up about a past mistake or secret, take a moment to deeply reflect on the potential consequences. Ask yourself, why? Why do I feel the need to share this now? Is your motivation driven by a desire to seek forgiveness, create understanding, or bring clarity to a relationship? Or is it more about relieving your sense of guilt or discomfort, even if it might place an emotional burden on someone else? Often, it's easy to confuse the desire for personal release with the expectation that others should bear the weight of our past experiences. But the truth is, not every mistake or secret needs to be shared, especially if doing so may stir up unnecessary pain or cause unresolved issues to resurface. Think about how revealing such details could affect the other person involved. Will it bring them closer to you, deepen your connection, and help both of you move forward more healthily? Or will it instead cause confusion, hurt, or even resentment? Reality is that some things once spoken cannot be undone. If sharing a past mistake or secret is likely to spark old wounds, create feelings of distrust, or lead to arguments without offering a meaningful resolution, it may be worth reconsidering whether it's truly necessary to bring it up. Furthermore, timing plays a significant role in whether revealing past mistakes or secrets is beneficial. The emotional readiness of the person you're sharing with matters. Are they in a place where they can receive and process this information constructively, or are they likely to be hurt or overwhelmed by it? Sometimes disclosing a past error can lead to healing and greater intimacy, but in other situations, it may be better to let the past remain where it belongs, behind us. In these cases, choosing to protect the peace and stability of your relationships might be a wiser choice than reopening old chapters that have already been closed. As we age, one of the greatest gifts we can give ourselves is the ability to forgive. Not only others, but also ourselves. Aging gracefully is about learning to accept our imperfections and the mistakes we've made along the way. Rather than fixating on past errors, it's far more empowering to focus on the lessons they taught us and how we've grown from them. If you feel the need to share something that weighs heavily on your heart, consider whether there's a way to address it without burdening those around you. Perhaps confiding in a counselor, spiritual guide, or trusted friend outside of your immediate circle might be a better option. Someone who can listen without judgment and help you constructively process these feelings. Ultimately, some secrets or mistakes are meant to remain private as part of our journey. By letting go of the need to share every detail, we free ourselves from the emotional weight that can come with rehashing the past. The focus of our later years can shift from confession and regret to acceptance, peace, and growth. Aging is about more than reflecting on the past. It's about embracing the present, being kind to ourselves, and carrying forward the wisdom we've gained without allowing the mistakes of yesterday to define us. 7. Comparisons between family members. Comparing one family member to another, whether in terms of achievements, financial success, personality traits, intelligence, or lifestyle choices, can create deep emotional wounds and long-lasting tension within a family. While some may believe that comparisons serve as a form of motivation or encouragement, they often lead to negative emotions such as resentment, jealousy, insecurity, and even estrangement. No two people are alike, and expecting family members to measure up to one another in specific ways is not only unrealistic, but can also be damaging to their self-esteem and mental well-being. Every individual's journey is unique and shaped by different experiences, opportunities, challenges, and personal choices. While one family member may excel in a particular area, such as career advancement, financial stability, or social skills, another may have strengths in completely different aspects of life, such as creativity, emotional intelligence, or caregiving abilities. When one person is repeatedly praised and held up as the ideal or successful family member, while another is subtly or openly criticized, It creates an unhealthy family dynamic that can lead to deep-seated feelings of inadequacy and rejection. For instance, parents who constantly compare their children's academic performance, career paths, or financial standing may unintentionally foster a sense of competition rather than unity. One sibling might feel like they are always falling short, while the other may feel an unbearable pressure to maintain their status as the successful one. These comparisons can create long-term rivalry, bitterness, and even fractured relationships, making it difficult for family members to support and celebrate each other's achievements genuinely. Similarly, grandparents who compare their grandchildren, praising one for being academically gifted while expressing disappointment in another for struggling in school, may unknowingly plant the seeds of insecurity and self-doubt. Even comments about physical appearance, weight, or aging can contribute to low self-esteem and strained relationships. Statements like, "Why don't you dress more like your cousin?" or "Your sister takes such good care of herself, why don't you?" may seem harmless, but can leave lasting emotional scars. In marriage and partnerships, comparisons can be just as harmful. Telling a spouse, "My brother's wife always keeps the house spotless, why don't you?" or "My friend's husband is so much more ambitious," can lead to feelings of unworthiness, frustration, and resentment. Relationships thrive on mutual respect and understanding, and when individuals feel like they are constantly being measured against others, it can erode trust and emotional intimacy. Rather than drawing comparisons, a healthier approach is to acknowledge and appreciate each family member's unique qualities and individual strengths. Encouraging people to be their authentic selves fosters a more positive and loving environment, where everyone feels valued, respected, and accepted for who they truly are. Families should strive to celebrate each person's achievements without making others feel less worthy in the process. Instead of focusing on who is better or more successful, the emphasis should be on mutual support, love, and encouragement. Shifting the conversation toward mutual encouragement, support, and shared experiences can help create a family dynamic built on love rather than competition. Every family member has something valuable to offer, and embracing those differences rather than using them as a basis for comparison can lead to stronger, healthier, and more harmonious relationships. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 8. Overly critical views of life. As we journey through life, we accumulate a wealth of experiences, lessons, and wisdom. These experiences shape our perspectives, and it's natural to develop strong opinions about the world around us. After decades of witnessing social changes, technological advancements, and shifts in cultural values, it's understandable to feel nostalgic for the past or to struggle with accepting certain modern trends. However, constantly expressing dissatisfaction, bitterness, or criticism can have unintended consequences, not only for ourselves, but also for those around us. A negative outlook, especially when voiced repeatedly, can become exhausting for others to hear. While we may believe we are simply stating facts, offering observations, or engaging in discussion, constant criticism can make social interactions feel heavy and uninviting. Friends, family members, and even casual acquaintances may begin to distance themselves, finding conversations with us more draining than enjoyable. It's important to recognize that while the world has changed, not all change is negative. Every generation faces challenges and adjustments, and it's easy to idealize the past while dismissing the present. However, taking a moment to appreciate the positives, such as advancements in medicine, increased opportunities for connection through technology, and greater awareness of health and well-being can help us maintain a more balanced perspective. This doesn't mean we need to ignore the struggles of modern society, but it does mean being mindful of how we approach conversations. Furthermore, being overly critical of others, their behaviors, decisions, or ways of thinking can create barriers in our relationships. Whether it's commenting on how younger generations dress, how they speak, or how they live their lives, constant judgment can make people feel misunderstood or undervalued. Over time, they may avoid conversations with us altogether, fearing disapproval or negative feedback. Instead of focusing on what's wrong, shifting our perspective to understanding and empathy can strengthen our bonds with those around us. Listening with curiosity rather than judgment fosters meaningful conversations and allows us to remain engaged in life's ever-changing landscape. Asking questions instead of making assumptions, offering encouragement instead of critique, and recognizing that each generation has its struggles and triumphs can go a long way in keeping our relationships strong and fulfilling. At the heart of aging gracefully is the ability to adapt, not just physically, but also mentally and emotionally. While it's completely valid to have concerns and opinions, balancing them with gratitude, curiosity, and a willingness to see the good can make a tremendous difference. By choosing to highlight the joys in life rather than fixate on the negatives, we create an atmosphere of warmth, wisdom, and connection, one that makes people enjoy being around us rather than feeling drained. Aging is not just about adding years to our lives, it's about embracing those years with grace, wisdom, and an open heart. The choice to focus on positivity and appreciation rather than bitterness and criticism can determine how we experience our later years. The power of discretion. Life is built on relationships, and the way we communicate shapes the depth and quality of those connections. Every interaction we have with others is an opportunity to either strengthen a relationship or create distance. What we choose to share or withhold plays a crucial role in how others perceive us and how our relationships evolve. While honesty and openness are valuable traits, there is also great wisdom in practicing discretion. Not every thought, feeling, or personal detail needs to be shared with everyone in every situation. Discretion is a skill that allows us to navigate conversations with grace, wisdom, and intentionality. It enables us to protect our peace, maintain our dignity, and ensure that our relationships remain strong and meaningful. Oversharing, on the other hand, can sometimes lead to misunderstandings, unnecessary drama, or even regret. For example, constantly talking about personal hardships, financial struggles, or health concerns can make conversations feel heavy, even if we don't intend for them to. While it's important to have trusted individuals with whom we can share our concerns, being mindful of how often and to whom we express these thoughts helps maintain a balanced and positive social dynamic. Repeatedly discussing past regrets, family conflicts, or grievances about the past can make interactions feel tense, making it difficult to fully enjoy the present. This doesn't mean we should keep everything bottled up or avoid meaningful conversations. Rather, it's about recognizing the right moments, the right people, and the right ways to share. Some thoughts and emotions are best shared with close and trusted individuals rather than in casual conversations. Some details may not need to be spoken at all. Thoughtful communication allows us to build deeper trust with others, making our conversations more engaging, valuable, and enriching. Another key aspect of discretion is understanding that not every piece of advice or personal belief needs to be imposed on others. Sometimes people simply need a listening ear rather than unsolicited guidance. Offering advice can be helpful, but doing so constantly, especially when it is unasked for, can make others feel criticized rather than supported. Knowing when to share wisdom and when to hold back allows us to be seen as compassionate rather than overbearing. Additionally, social interactions today often extend beyond face-to-face conversations. With the rise of social media, many people share aspects of their lives online. Practicing discretion in what we post, comment on, or engage with is just as important as it is in in-person conversations. Oversharing personal struggles, making overly critical comments, or getting involved in online arguments can damage relationships and create unnecessary stress. Sometimes, silence or restraint is the most powerful and dignified response. At its core, discretion is about being intentional with our words and actions. It's about recognizing that not everything needs to be said, not every disagreement needs to be voiced, and not every moment needs to be shared publicly. It's about choosing our words wisely and ensuring that our presence in conversations adds value rather than unnecessary tension. When we practice discretion, we cultivate an inner peace that allows us to enjoy life more fully. We become individuals whom others trust, respect, and appreciate. We create an environment where people feel safe and valued rather than overwhelmed or judged. Discretion doesn't mean withholding love or shutting down meaningful conversations. It means knowing when and how to share in a way that nurtures rather than complicates our relationships. In the end, striking a balance between openness and discretion helps us maintain deep, healthy relationships built on mutual respect, understanding, and care. It ensures that our words carry weight and meaning, making us more engaging, approachable, and appreciated by those around us. By exercising thoughtful communication, we not only strengthen our social bonds, but also enrich our sense of peace and fulfillment in our later years. By carefully considering what we share, we protect our peace, maintain our dignity, and ensure that our relationships remain strong and meaningful. Discretion is not about withholding love or shutting down meaningful conversations. It's about knowing when and how to share in ways that strengthen relationships rather than complicate them. As we wrap up, I'd love to hear from you. What have you learned from this video? What's one thing you'll take to heart and put into practice in your life? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. If you like this video, please leave your comment below and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more valuable insights on aging gracefully. And if you're curious about the things you should never share with your family, don't miss my next video. I truly regret saying such things at this age. 8 things you should keep a secret from your family. Stay tuned, and I'll see you there.